Good morning, Dr. Mindy here, board certified naturopathic doctor, a holistic dental hygienist, and owner of the Pure Health Collective. I've been asked a lot about my long haul COVID video, and I wanted to go into that a little bit deeper with some things that I see and maybe connect some dots that people may not be aware of. When we talk about long haul COVID, I went into the 4 types of bacteria that I often see that remain in the lungs after COVID leaves the body. These cause shortness of breath, they cause an inability to take a deep breath, easily winded, poor oxygen exchange in the body. But I also want to talk about some other symptoms that are correlated with long haul COVID, which is hair loss, fatigue, exhaustion, increased stroke risk, and from my perspective, why I think that happens. So I'm going to go back to my trusty pH chart, right? When I see someone who has had COVID, natural COVID, I typically see this pattern. So the urine and the saliva are split. We want them to be in this box. This is balanced health and your body's ability to protect itself. Watch my pH video. I go into this a little bit more in depth. But when I see someone who's had COVID, this is a tremendous stressor on the body. So I see these pHs get split like this. When we get COVID and the pH splits, look at this urinary number. This is nutrition. This person is now incredibly nutrient deficient from this stress on the body. When this urinary number, which represents the duodenum, is this far off the chart, they are very, very nutrient deficient. So what do we get? We get hair loss. We get things that we associate with a thyroid no longer working. When we have a saliva number that's way over here, this is your adrenal glands are no longer functioning. They do not have enough digestive acidity to pull from to give you energy. So we get intense exhaustion from adrenal fatigue, coupled with the fact that this person's getting little to no nutrition, even if they're eating food. This causes exhaustion, it causes hair loss. When I see this pattern, occasionally this saliva number is over here and the urine number is over here. So if these are switched, this is a stroke pattern. I'm immediately concerned for stroke and seizure risk when someone is in a reverse of this pattern. And having COVID causes this massive split. So it really depends on how these numbers shake out after your COVID infection, how these numbers split. If the saliva is over here, we have stroke concerns. But across the board, we're going to have hair loss, we're going to have fatigue, and some of the symptoms associated with long haul COVID.